Hey guys, what's up? It's Paul. Today, I want to take a look at a figure from FuRay Planet. This guy is part tiger, part human, part samurai, but all badass. This is Blade Master Weng. So here he is. Here is the Blade Master himself. This guy is from a company, that puts out this FuRay Planet figure line. They got the Crocker that's kind of like a crocodile version of Crocodile Dundee. And this guy, a nice company, I'll tell you. They're, I guess, an independent technically, but the figures they're doing are really cool. And they're based on this idea of like hybrid human animals in like contemporary times. So they have jobs and shit like that. So I guess this guy's job is a samurai. Sounds legit. I'm good. So anyway, here he is. Now this figure, I saw this guy up for pre-sale a while back, and I jumped on it and pre-ordered it with Big Bad Toy Store because, the figure itself, very impressive looking. I'm into the hybrids and the monsters and shit like that. So this guy seemed awesome to me. I jumped on it. He is retailing for about $90. At a point, I had second thoughts. I was like, I'm getting a lot of Mythic Legions here. I got a lot of other figures. Do I need this guy? And I'm like, well, more than anything, I wanted to do a review on him. Bring him to you guys. I know a lot of the fans in the Cabal already got this guy. So I'm talking to you guys about this as much as I'm doing a review, But that's how all my videos are. This guy, I had canceled the pre-order for. So here he came out, and I'm seeing people getting them. And Black Friday came, and somebody in the Cabal threw up a post and said he's on sale. Through Amazon, of all places. So I popped on Amazon. They had him on there. The price was unbelievable. It was more than half off. So I grabbed one. So here he is. I'm anxious to see him in comparison to my Mythics. The Mythic Legions figures as my love. I love those guys. This guy, though, really does look like he'll stand well next to the rest of the collection. So I'm pretty glad that I got him. I'm happy I found him on sale. Big shout out to the Cabal, man. I'll tell you, if you're unfamiliar with Facebook, go to Facebook, the Cabal, Mythic Legions. I guess if you're watching my videos, chances are you already know. So cool place. Awesome figure. I'm dying to see him. We're going to look at him, and in the pictures, I'm going to throw a bunch of my customs up because I've been killing it with the customs, man. I got so many different custom heads and things that I've been working on, and I'm dying to show them off. So you probably noticed some in the little preview pictures in the beginning, but I'm going to throw some when we do the pictures. But before we do that, let's pull them over to the table. Let's open them up. Let's take a close look at what he comes with and talk about this guy some more. But let's do it at the table. So real quick, I want to show you they also include this like really nice looking comic book. Chapter 1. So kind of gives a backstory, I guess, on some of the characters that they have in this universe and what they do, and introduction to this guy, I suppose. Looking a little, some characters to come, pretty cool. So they got a lot of neat stuff out with this. I'm not as much into the comic book, but I wanted to show you. Also, if you can see this, joints, figures, tight, water, heat, don't pose, they'll break. Okay, so I guess he gets a bath or off to grab a hairdryer or something. But here we go. Quick look at what he has. The little hat, nice. This is cool. I've seen this, people talking about how this is really a cool piece. Course, it opens up, and there you have his two swords. That is very nice. Very nicely done. You know, and it's got the things so you can tie it to them to have them carried around. Pretty cool looking piece. A nice accessory. And of course the blades, well, we might as well just take a quick look at them since we're right here. If I can get it out. If I can get them out. Well, maybe I can't get them out. Ah, there we go. That's how they come out. Neat. Chain blade. Little chains on there. Beautifully done. I hope. Let's see if we can drag in. Very nice. Very nice weapon. Has a nice feel to it and everything. Beautiful little case for it. Also has some boots. Extra pair of feet on there. So he has his little lion feet. And comes with this. Which has pointed toes. Nice. They're actually kind of cool. And then over here, we got the guy. Look at this. 6 extra hands plus the 2, 8 hands. He has this neck cuff. So if you want to display him without the cape, which is probably what I'll do. 2 heads. Check this out. 2 heads are better than 1. This guy has the slightly more calm, docile face. That's noisy, huh? And this guy has the slightly angrier, snarled, showing little teeth. Yeah, that's cool. Nice. I like that head definitely better. He's got some funky feet. I see what they got lots of articulation. Maybe good, maybe bad, because he may never stand up on his own weight. He's a pretty heavy figure. I guess we'll find out. Let's see. You gonna stand? Oh. Alright, not bad. Let's see. Is he about to fall? Feels like he's going to fall. We'll take a look at those hands in a minute. Let's just take a general look at this guy. Nice plastic cape. Little fur piece on there. Pretty nice looking. Got a gourd. Cool looking armor. Alright, well, I'm going to heat him up a little bit. I'll be right back. So I heated him up with a hairdryer for about a minute, and that really softened him up and loosened all the joints to where, you know, the rubber became much softer, and you could tell. Mine was tight a little bit in the waist, but that was about it. I had seen someone say that the hands were really tough to get off, and, you know, that his was really stiff. I didn't try pulling these off, but they seem okay. Not a lot of wrist, but might just be because of these big gauntlets with these rings around them. But the figure is really nice. I feel like he's going to want to fall over a lot. He's going to be a little tricky to balance. You're not going to be able to get him in too many crazy positions because he's just going to want to fall. And I feel like as time goes on, he's going to loosen up a little bit. Like on a hot day, oh, he's going down. You know, it just is what it is. So anyhow, I popped this little ponytail off. There it goes. Those feet, I can see they could be a bit weak. So anyhow, that is what it is. That's the figure. I'm going to pop his little head off here. He has a little tiny ball joint. Comes right off. The head feels kind of soft. Let's take this off. The cape is nice, you know, nicely done. Looks real good. Little stiff, you know, because it's rubbery, but not too much you can do about that. Here's a little look. You can see the brow is down on this one, and you can see the teeth as a little snarl going on. Both heads are nice. I like this one a lot better. I'm sure that's the one I'm going to be displaying. And again, his ponytail just is a little plug, pops right in there. Probably so the hat goes on easier and also for molding. I'll say one thing, though. Love the figure. He's very cool looking. This head is just so small. Should have been a little bit bigger. He's a tiger, and yet it's proportioned, you know, almost smaller than a human would. They should have went a little bigger on that head. Just for the size of the body and, like, to make it scary. Like, that muzzle doesn't really project the kind of power that a tiger's head would. So, I think they went a little small on the head. But, nevertheless, still really nice. Beautiful job on the sculpt, on all the detail they put into this thing. You know, these bands, I still don't know how I feel about them. He's got a little double hinged elbow there, so it moves pretty good, and his arms swing way out wide. You can all but have them back. That's nice. Knees kick pretty far back, and these feet and everything. He's got a little bendy tail. That's nice. I like that. You know, cool armor. Little pipe accessory there. Nice belt and everything. Cool. This piece, little loincloth, soft rubber. I feel like he's going to be pretty cool. I do think, like, the feet are going to be a bit tricky. I don't know. I do like those feet better, but the boots, I feel like these boots would be a million times more stable for having them stand, but we'll see. Let's take some pictures of this guy. And, you know, I do the pictures, as I'm sure y'all know. I do them more or less just to show you how the figure looks, to go in poses and stuff. That pretty much talks right there more about what you're going to be able to do with this guy. And that's a nice neck piece. I do like that neck piece. Fills in the neck, gives him a little bit more of a mane. His back is neat. So he has a fist and kind of a grabby hand for a weapon, a sword. He's got the Buddha-like meditative hand. Probably be good for holding the pipe. Fingers have got a little flex to them, so I'm sure. Here's the hand for the sword. Another fist. And then to go with the other Buddha hand, he has like the open palm. Different hands. Those are kind of tight. That one's really snug. Again, these guys, maybe you want to heat these up a little bit because, oh, they're tight. Maybe that's what the guy was talking about. Okay, so the hands were super tight. It's already fallen. Stay there. This here, which is still really hard to turn, was almost impossible to move. He even said, look, it's dinging up my fingers just trying. These things are crazy tight. So I ended up putting them in a bowl of nearly boiling water and letting them soften up till I could finally move them and get them to move. Remember, it's very, very hot, nearly boiling water, so utilize extreme care not to get burned. You know, use tongs to take the pieces out. Don't touch them immediately after. Everything that you would do to avoid getting burned, make sure you do that. So, don't want anybody getting burned. So this guy, I almost feel like I'm going to just... I feel like maybe I should heat this up. It's a little tricky to tell. Am I going to break it or not? Yeah, I guess I'm going to have to heat him up. So this guy definitely, he's an interesting figure. He's really cool looking. I guess we'll see what there's not much more to show. So we're going to take some pictures of the guy. And when I do the pictures, I'm going to do poses with him. I'll show him against other figures, some mythic legions and stuff, so you can see how big he is. And within the poses, I don't use stands. I don't use anything like that. So whatever poses I'm going to use are going to be him balancing. So let's see how well this goes and how cool he looks in pictures. And then when we're done, we'll wrap it up. So let me give you my honest opinion of this action figure, okay? He is very visually cool out of the box. You know, he's a neat looking figure. He's a tiger man, you know, with the samurai. Very nice, very cool. And he is painted very well. He again looks pretty cool, but he doesn't pose very well. He has an absolutely tiny head. That's the biggest mistake. They should have made that head a lot bigger, and they should have did something with the mouth. At least have a head with an open mouth, like really roaring or something. Because it just falls short with that tiny head. I mean, it's just a tiger, for God's sakes. They have a giant-ass mouth, a big head, you know, terrifying, menacing. This guy is just proportioned human-like, so he's got a human-sized head, if not smaller than human. Way too small. They would have done way better to make that head bigger. What are you going to do? It takes away from the figure and brings him more into just arms. And the arms are great. The arms have good elbows and good shoulders, and you can rotate them, and you get a lot of movement out of the arms. The head, when you have the neck cuff off, you get good movement out of the head. You put the neck cuff on, and the movement, you can't move the head around. The waist is not great. He has a little bit of the crunch, but the giant plastic belt that he has really restricts the waist. So you can twist him a little this way and bend him a little bit, but not enough. He also has bad hips. The hips are the worst part. His legs don't really rotate, so you can't turn the one leg to kind of go out. They're kind of locked into this kind of a position. The knees are good, and the feet aren't bad. I like the feet. I thought he'd have more trouble standing, but he seems to stand all right. Now, if it's a hot summer day, yeah, I wouldn't be so sure that he ain't going to be tumbling off the shelf. But he held up good for the tests. He stood pretty well. I was relatively pleased with that. It'd be great, though, if he had more waist, more legs, that you could bend him over further and pose him more in a dynamic lunging position or something. That would have really made me happy. The wrists, man, those hands, man, they are tight. heat those damn things up for all it's worth before you try to pull them off. Because I found, man, the wrists are really stiff. So this figure, you know, I'm glad personally that I got him at a very reduced price. Because if I had to pay the full hundy on him, I think I would have been like a little bit regretful on that purchase. Because although it's a great looking figure, I don't know that it's really that great. So, again, could have been better. They did a good job. But, you know, sometimes it's a hit or a miss. You know, the Crocker figure, too. Nice figure. I like him, but again, not overly posable in the scheme of, like, dealing with mythic legions and things like that. So, good figure. I'm excited because now, out of that whole line, this is the one that I've been waiting for the most. And it go, you know, I'm going to tell you the truth. It's not because he has a trench coat and such and bullets and guns. I want him for the werewolf, man, because again, horror is my thing. And this looks like a really cool werewolf figure. I'm dying to see how he looks with other werewolf characters. I'm a little worried his head looks a little small. Might be kind of a thing they do with all the FuRay planet. I don't know. Crocker's head is big, you know, but yeah, these guys, man, they, you know, need to get the chompers going. But again, that's just my opinion. What do you think of him? I know a lot of people bought this samurai tiger figure. Is he your favorite? Do you like him? Do you hate him? Is his legs good? Do you get good poses out of him? What do you think? Let me know in the comments as always. Hey, thank you all for subscribing to the channel. I really appreciate it. For liking the videos, for giving me comments. Really appreciate it. It's awesome. We got some really cool things coming up. There's more customs on the way. So we'll see you next time on Toys. Hey, don't forget to check out my webpage. I'll put a link in the bottom. But we sell a bunch of 3D printed stuff. Thank you. Anyway, we'll see you next time on Toys in Motion.